Hello students, today I am going to explain a poem from class 9 English textbook Beehive. The name of the poem is The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. Dear students, have you ever had to make a difficult choice in your life? Yes, we all have to, or we might have faced this situation sometimes in our life. When we have to make a choice out of multiple options, we often get confused of making a better choice. The Road Not Taken is a very well-known poem written by Robert Frost. It's an autobiographical and metaphorical poem. To talk about the poet, he was an American poet born in San Francisco and died in Boston in USA. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America. And he was the only poet to receive 4 Pulitzer Prizes for his poetry. Now let us analyze the stanza-wise explanation of this poem. Stanza 1. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Summary of stanza 1 is thus. Once the poet was walking down a road and he reached at a junction where the road was diverged into 2 paths and the roads were diverged in a yellow wood. Here, what's the meaning of yellow wood? Yellow wood means a forest with yellow leaves. In this picture, you can see that the poet came to this junction where he saw 2 roads were divided from this junction and they were disappearing in the forest which were covered with yellow leaves. Then the leaves of trees turning yellow suggest that it was the autumn season. The poet had to make a choice there. Being only one traveler, he felt sorry as he could not travel on both the roads. So the poet kept standing there and looked at the path as far as he could see it. He could see the path till where it bent in the undergrowth. Thereafter, the roads were disappearing into the forest. The glossary of first stanza is diverged, branched off or divided. Wood means forest. Bent, turned. Undergrowth means bushes. The rhyming scheme of this stanza is AB, AAB. Now I'll tell you how to find the rhyming scheme and how to do that. See the last word of first line, that is wood. So we write here A. Now second line last word is both. That is not rhyming with wood, so we'll write here B. Then stood and could. Both are rhyming with wood, so we write again A. And the last word undergrowth is rhyming with both. Undergrowth and both are rhyming, so here we write B. Thus we can see here A, B, A, A, B. That is the rhyming scheme used by the poet here in this stanza. Not only this stanza, all the stanzas of this poem are written in the same rhyming scheme. Hope that it is clear for you. Now we look at the poetic devices used by the poet. Poetic devices used in this poem is metaphor. Metaphor means indirect comparison is made between abstract ideas or inanimate things are indirectly compared. Here again we'll see 2 roads. 2 roads actually the choices that we make in our life. So poet has made an indirect comparison between the choices, the options in our life and roads. Both are compared. So since it is indirectly compared, we say it is metaphor. Then other imageries used here, yellow wood and undergrowth are the other imageries used by the poet here. Next is second stanza. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Explanation of this stanza is thus. The poet stood there looking at both the roads. He felt that both the roads were equally good. Then the poet felt the second road seemed to be better. It seemed more grassy, and not many people had walked on that path earlier. He felt the second road had a better claim, and he started walking on that path. So here the poet got confused when he was looking at both the roads. For him, both the roads were equally good. And later the poet felt that the second road is better because that second road was not used by many people. So he decided, he become being adventurous, he decided to walk on the second path. Glossaries. Fair means good, claim better option, grassy full of grass, wanted where means had not been used. As I told you, in this stanza also, the rhyming scheme used by the poet is AB, AAB. Now the poetic devices used in this stanza are simile and alliteration. Now what is simile? Simile is direct comparison is made between two things, two objects or two ideas or whatever, direct comparison. So for making direct comparison, words like as or like is used. Here you can see, then took the other just as fair, then took the other just as fair. Here the poet says that the first road is as beautiful as the second road. Yeah, the second road is as beautiful as the first road. So both the roads look good. Both the roads are equally good. So direct comparison is made here, and that is why it is simile. Now alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of consonant sound in the same line. Three words: was, wanted, were. In these three words, the sound of were sound is repeated. So this is called the alliteration. So the poet has used the devices alliteration and simile in this stanza. Now we move on to the third stanza. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, why kept the first for another day? Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. In this stanza, the poet says that both the paths were similar that morning. One morning when he came there, it seemed that both the paths were looking same. Both the roads had leaves on them as no one had stepped on them, and they were still green in color. Both the roads were not much used because these roads were covered by leaves and they were still having the green color on them. So he decided that he would continue his work on the second one, and the other path he would keep for another day. So poet took a decision. The second road seemed a better option for him, so he decided to work on the second path, and he thought that some or the other day he would come back to the first one and he would travel on that path. Although he knew that one way leads on to the other, he doubted whether he would be able to travel on the first road. He knew that by going through one way, it leads to many other paths also. But he doubted, the poet doubted whether he would be able to come back and travel on the first road. So this is a similar situation that happens in our life also. Even in our life, once we choose an option, we must keep on moving ahead with that option. And we never get a chance to come back and take the other option we had left earlier. Glossary. Equally means similarly, lay in leaves, covered with leaves, trodden, walked over, doubted, was not sure. Same rhyming scheme, AB, AAB. Poetic device is used here, exclamation and repetition. You can see the poet has used the use of exclamation mark here. This is just for creating a poetic effect. This figure of speech is used here, that is exclamation, and another figure of speech used here is repetition. The same word is repeated in the same line. Way is repeated twice in this line. So the figure of speech, poetic device, that is repetition. Now we move on to the last stanza of this poem. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Summary of this stanza is thus: in future, the poet will take a deep breath and say that he had reached such a point in life that there were two options for him. So here the poet says that years later he would confess with a regret that once upon a time he had this situation in his life where two options were there before him and he had to make a choice out of these two difficult options, and he had traveled on the road which was traveled by less number of people. Here what is shown here, the adventurous mind of the poet is shown here. Being adventurous, he took a decision to travel on the path which is not used by many people. So he decided to travel through the road which is used by less number of people. So that decision of the poet made his future. Whatever decision the poet had taken, that had changed his life and all that made his life in the future. Similarly, we also should be wise and careful when we make choices in our life, because our future depends on the choice that we make today. Glossary of this stanza is: sigh, deep breath, ages and ages hence, after a very long period from now. Less travel means less used. Rhyming scheme AB, AAB, and the poetic device is repetition. See how the repetition here, the word ages and ages are repeated here. So the poetic device is repetition. Hope that this poem is clear. Thank you.